Hello Taurus, this is Victoria from Mindful Bamboo and I'm here with your August tarot forecast. As always, we'll be looking at your love life, your career and workspace, and we'll get you some messages from your personal interest to yourself. Alright, and we will begin with some guidance from an oracle deck. Today it's the Wisdom of the Oracle, so let's get started right away. Let me just fix this a little. I hope you guys are doing great. It's been an interesting month in July and hope you are all set up for August. Just gonna be maybe even more adventurous. First of all, we fully stepped into the Northern Aries that switched from Taurus. Secondly, so there may be a bit of a feeling of relief actually. This month we have the Lion's Gate on the 8-8, so that's going to be really big for manifesting your wishes and desires. What else? We have Venus in retrograde for the whole month, and Venus is the patron of the Taurus sign, right? So you may be feeling even more drawn towards like not really being out and about with people, or even doing a lot with your one special person, but being a little bit more, keep it to yourself, have that private space, and reflect really on what is it that you're looking. Well, first of all, just give yourself time, right? To do whatever you need to do to be with yourself, to keep yourself that company. And then when you start, your mind will start thinking about relationships with other people. You know, we'll get to that point. Then it's going to be a really fruitful time to consider how loving, how authentic those relationships are, and whether you want to do anything differently there. All right, and yeah, on the 23rd we have Mercury retrograde begin, so that I suppose pretty much everybody knows. It's going to be tougher on the side of communications and conversations, so be careful about negotiating something during this time, signing contracts, or having any important conversations with people, right? Just, I'm not saying don't have them, just try to be in as much of a high vibe energy as you can in the moment. And if you're not really feeling like that's a good time, a good energy to have that conversation, ask to postpone it till after the retrograde. Okay, what do we have for Taurus? That's something. Fork in the road, number 13. Yes, transformation on the way. Look at that. I will read from the book. I have the book here. Let's see. Every choice has a consequence. You are right at the fork of the road and in the road, and are being asked to come to a decision. Will you further your dreams by choosing left or by choosing right? Will you take the road less traveled or the one well worn by others who have come before you? This is your choice and yours alone to make. Circumstances and other people will not make it for you. Be present and do not avoid this junction, for it is an important crossroads. Take heart, as no matter which path you choose, you will have a rich and meaningful experience. It's almost like that card that there are no wrong turns, you know? So don't spend too much time on it, don't fret on it, don't be like, oh my god, what if I'm gonna make the wrong choice? Yeah, use your intuition. It's a great way to practice using your intuition, right? And you can then play it back and see, you know, how it worked out for you and how you feel progressively through that choice, right? And you'll be able to tell whether you really listen to your intuition or you listen to your brain that overrid that intuition and you just made a decision based on a logical choice. Okay, which I don't blame you. I've been doing myself for many years in my life. Okay, let's see what we have for Taurus. This is for Sun, Moon, Ascendant, and Rising. And of course, if this message does not resonate, please check out messages for your other placements. So for your love relationship, we have 9 of Wands, the Tower, wow. Queen of Wands, you could be dealing with a fire sign. For your work, you have King of Pentacles, King of Cups, look at that, always kings, and Seven of Pentacles, strategy, I like that. Advice from universe, Temperance, you could be dealing with a Sagittarius, Ten of Cups, oh my god. You see, Taurus, you have to choose happiness. Nine of Cups. Now, this card, yeah, is different in this deck. It's not as happy as it might be in some others, but we'll talk about that. Devil on the bottom of the deck, you could be dealing with a Capricorn. Yeah, so there is that temptation to kind of like maybe even fall back into your ways, I'm getting, because you've been doing a lot of work on yourself and in many different spheres of life, right? And right now is that fork in the road. At least one of those roads is seducing you by like being not even necessarily an easy way, but it's a known way because you're like, well, this is gonna be like the less of the resistance, you know, lesser resistance path, because I know it, I'll be good at it, it's gonna just be easier and I deserve a break, which could be true, why not, right? But the temptation is, it is a temptation, and it may not be that good of a choice. I mean, it might be, like I was saying before, there's no wrong turn, right? It might just be that you'll have another cycle of this similar experience that you've had before, maybe more than once, just for you to acknowledge, to really record it for yourself that you don't want to do that anymore, that you've outgrown that experience, that setup, that template, and you need to do something different, right? But maybe you need one more cycle, who knows? But what I feel the spirit is also saying is that this is a temptation, yes, and your brain may be playing you there, right? Because this seems like less risk, less worry, less energy that needs spending. But with the lesser traveled road, with the other path, it may not be as easy at first, but because of all the work you've done, of your potential, of your skills, it'll come together as you go along with it, if you give it a try. That's the part where the universe will be manifesting it with you, will be co-creating it. Okay, anyways, for your love life, there is a certain anticipation actually of the Tower. And I know the Tower is, how do I say it? Yeah, the Tower is an expected experience. There is anticipation that there will be a dramatic change in your love situation, and you're not sure whether it's for the better or for the worse. Who knows? And your person, I get that that's them. It doesn't matter whether it's a feminine or masculine. This is just an energy, right? But they are like sitting pretty, kind of like still deciding, right? Like wanting to be a wise person, but not ready to take action yet, right? That's the feminine vibe of it, right? It's the wand energy, like it's the fiery energy. There is passion there is desire, but it's just not that point where the person is ready to act on it. So whether you're already in a relationship and there's a bit of a coolness or a pause, or maybe this is somebody new who you haven't really gotten into a relationship yet, but you know about each other and you know the interest, right? This is the time where it's almost like they're also feeling the Venus retrograde, right? And they are being guided to take the time for self and to reflect on certain things. So don't take it personally, and yeah, just give yourself that benefit of a doubt and give it to your person if you're truly interested in them. As for the Tower, well, you can't avoid it, but I have a clue that it's really gonna take you and the way you build relationships to the next level, right? It's almost like it's not necessarily even with your person, but it's like some new information from the side. It could be a different relationship with somebody else in your life, or it can be somebody else's story altogether that you hear from someone, right? Or maybe it's your client or your friend or something, right? And they tell you the story and you're like, whoa, I never really considered it from this angle, right? So it'll be like a Tower moment of, oh my God, I was missing this the whole time. Or I've been worried about nothing, you know, like there is gonna be some sort of a release or relief with that. So I don't see that as a bad thing here. I don't feel that way. Okay, with your career space, we have King of Pentacles, King of Cups, also with the Seven of Pentacles. I'm getting that there are people at your workspace. I mean, this, well, I guess the King of Pentacles could be you. Yes, it could be you, right? But there's also somebody else here. So you're sitting pretty with like your skills and knowledge and knowing your worth, right? But there's also somebody here, somebody else who steps in this month to help you see how you can invest even better, right? So you're the earth sign and we see these pentacles here, right? And that's, they speak your language. You're like, yeah, I get that. I see that. That makes a lot of sense, right? For a few of you, this will be yourself, just a different side of yourself, because this is the more empathetic or empathic even king, right? Somebody who knows how to make connections with people, how to see through people, how to read between the lines, how to make meaningful connections and have conversations, to have allies and to be able to strategize in the direction that you want, right? That's the direction that you want, but making it work so it definitely sounds for everybody like it's playing towards their goals too, right? So somebody who can teach you a thing or two. And if that person doesn't show up and you're like, well, yeah, no, I don't see anybody, right? So maybe look for that person. Maybe there is some coaching or counseling or training that would be useful for you at this time. And then you're not looking for a person per se necessarily, right? But then somebody you meet at that training program or whoever is going to be doing that counseling for you will turn out to be the person. Okay, and the advice, yeah, just keep, and you have 9 of Cups and 10 of Cups. It's just 1 cup of a difference, right? But it changes everything, because you can go from something is still missing in my life, like I have it good, it's all fine, but like on a basic level all my needs are met, but there's something missing, right? Up to like, oh wow, I have family, I have people who care about me, and I have all my wishes fulfilled, right? It's one step between that and that, just 1 cup, right? But the Spirit is saying continue the work that you've been doing on self-love and balancing out the yin and the yang in yourself, balancing out the logical and the spiritual, balancing out. And that's where I feel like this fork in the road is a good practice test for you, Taurus, because naturally you're a more logical person or pragmatic person, right? And this is asking you to really feel through the situation, to listen to your gut feel, to your intuition, to make that choice, right? It's important to feed off both, whether it's a relationship, a job, or anything else you do in life. Do not neglect, it's not either or, right? But you're supposed to take the best of the both worlds. Okay, messages from your person of interest to self. What are the messages for Taurus from their person? Okay, that's better. Okay. Quite a few messages from your person. 1 wand, lots of passion. I was just talking about that. Ooh, and 6 with you fell to the floor. So even if that person is not taking action that I was mentioning with this Queen of Wands, don't have any doubts that they have a lot of desire for you. They want to be together. Let me hold you. Look at that. Really craving that physical connection and touch. I just wish things were different. Yeah, nah. Yeah, so this, you see, they're like, they're having that as. That's exactly that energy I was talking about. That they have all this passion, but they're still not at the point where they are ready to act on it. It's almost like a secret admirer energy. So yeah, some of you know about these feelings and emotions, some of you don't. But regardless, there is somebody out there who's really, he really wants, he or she wants this to work out. It's just not quite the time yet. And with this, I also feel that this isn't even about the two of you. There's something they're dealing with in their life, something karmic, you know. I just wish things were different. They wish that things are different in a way that they can come through straight to you and connect with all that passion and desire and love, right? But there is something that they're taking care of. There are some circumstances of why they just can't do that yet. Okay, I hope this has been good for you, Taurus. Thank you so much for joining me today. I love you guys, and I'll be back with Meridians very soon.